Now see, we are solving maths paper for class 10th, and the first question is you have to choose the correct option for each of the following subparts. Now in the first subpart they have given you a quadratic equation and you have to discuss the nature of the roots. Now how do we comment on the nature of the roots? See, equation given to us is 4x square minus 5x minus 3 is equal to 0. This is the equation given to us. Now what we will do, first of all, to discuss the nature of the roots, first you need to find the discriminant. And now to find the discriminant we must know, first we will find out a, that is 4, b, that is minus 5, and c, that is minus 3. Okay, now you will get discriminant, which is equal to b square minus 4ac. So b is minus 5, 4 into a is 4, and c is minus 3. So this will give you 25. This will become minus minus plus. So 16 into 3, that will give you 48. So you are getting discriminant as 73. Now if you see, discriminant that you are getting is greater than 0. Discriminant is greater than 0. Whenever discriminant is greater than 0, we can say about the nature of the roots that we will be getting two distinct real roots. So our option for this will be C part, that is two distinct real roots. So remember, whenever d is greater than 0, roots will be real and unequal. So our option for this will be C part. Okay, now moving on to the second part. Now in the second part, they have given you a polynomial x cube plus 3x square plus minus kx plus 4, and it is divided by x plus 2. The remainder is k plus 13. They have asked you to find the value of k. Now let's see how you will do this one. The polynomial to be divided, let it be represented by fx. So it's x cube plus 3x square minus kx plus 4. Now the question says that this polynomial is to be divided by x plus 2. So x plus 2 is the divisor. So from the divisor you can get value for x, and the value for x is minus 2. Now you will substitute this value for x in the polynomial to get the remainder. So let's get the remainder. So we are substituting value for x as minus 2. So you will be getting minus 8. This will give you 12. This will give you plus 2k plus 4. So finally you can say that the remainder is 2k plus 8. So this is the remainder. Now according to the question says that the remainder is equal to k plus 13. So whatever the remainder we have got, we are going to equate it with k plus 13. So 2k plus 8 will be equated with k plus 13. So from here you will get value for k. So k is equal to 5. So our second option will be B part, k is equal to 5. Now moving on to the next one. This is the matrix equation given to you and they have asked you to find the order of the matrix A. Okay. So see how this can be done. Question given to you is like this. You have a matrix 4 1 to be multiplied by matrix A and the result is -1 -1 8 and 2. Let's see how you will get the. Now what you will do, first of all you will write the order of these matrices. Now the first matrix which is known to you, its order will be, now this matrix is having 2 rows, 2 horizontal lines and 1 vertical line, so order of this matrix is 2 cross 1, right? Now this matrix, you have to find the order of matrix A. It is unknown to us, so you can write order of A as R cross C, that is row cross column. On the right side you have the matrix with the order 2 rows 2 columns, that is 2 cross 2. Now what we will do, first of all we will apply the rule for multiplication. So rule for multiplication says that number of column in the first should be equal to number of rows in the second. So using the rule of multiplication you can get value for R. See, number of column in the first must be equal to number of rows in the second, so value of R is 1. Now we are left with column, so whatever you are left over with, that you will get from the product. Now you are left with column, so result for this column will be equal to number of columns in the product. So in the product number of columns are 2. So you can say order of this matrix A is 1 row and 2 columns. So order of A is one cross 2. So in this way, for this one we are getting the option C, 1 cross 2. Now moving on to the next one, they say a straight line is equally inclined to the coordinate axis, and now you have to write down the slope of that line. Line is equally inclined to the coordinate axis. See, here we have 2 cases. Here you will get 2 cases. See, if I draw a rough sketch for you to understand it, see, these are the coordinate axis. Let these be the coordinate axis. Now in case 1 they are saying line is equally inclined to the coordinate axis. So in this one, see, we can draw a line like this. See, this line is equally inclined to the coordinate axis. That means that this line will be making an angle of 45 degree with x-axis as well as 45 degree with y-axis. So here we have drawn a line which is equally inclined to the coordinate axis. Now if I ask you to get the slope of this line, now if you go for the inclination, you can see that this line is making an angle of 45 degree in the anti-clockwise direction. See, this line is making an angle of 45 degree in the anti-clockwise direction. So if you are asked to write the slope of this line, you can use the formula m is equal to tan theta. So m is equal to tan 45. So slope is 1. So you have got the slope as 1. Now the second case is, again we are drawing the coordinate axis. Line is equally inclined, so you can draw the diagram like this. Line is equally inclined, so I am drawing the diagram this way. Again the line is making angle of 45 degree with both the axes. Now this time the line is making angle of 45 degree in the clockwise direction. See this angle, same angle, here it was 45, here also it is 45, but the difference is here angle is in the anti-clockwise direction, whereas here the angle is in the clockwise direction. So if you are asked to write down the slope of this line, so when the inclination is in the clockwise direction, then remember m is equal to minus tan theta. So it's minus tan 45. So slope will be minus 1. So that means slope can be plus 1 or slope can be minus 1. So slope can be plus 1 or minus 1. So our option for this will be either minus 1 or plus 1, both. Right? So we will go for plus 1 or minus 1. Now the fifth part. They say they have given you equation of two straight lines and they say they are perpendicular to each other, then we have to write value of m. Okay. So let's see. So in the fifth part, the two equations are, the first equation is 3x minus 4y plus 7 is equal to 0. Now what we will do, first of all we will get slope from this equation m1. So when equation is given, then to get the slope you can use the formula negative coefficient of x upon coefficient of y. But remember, while using this formula, make sure x and y terms, they are on the same side, either both are on the left or both are on the right side of the equation. So let's get the slope of the first line, negative. Now coefficient of x, that is plus 3, upon coefficient of y is minus 4. So when you open the bracket, it's minus 3 upon minus 4, that is 3 by 4. Minus minus will cancel out. So we will get slope of the first line. Similarly, the second equation given to us is 2x plus my plus 5 is equal to 0. Now we will get slope of the second equation. Let it be m2. Again using the same formula, negative coefficient of x upon coefficient of y. But using this formula, make sure x and y both are on the same side. Negative coefficient of x over here is 2. Coefficient of y, that is m. So the slope is minus 2. If you open the bracket, it becomes minus 2 upon m. So we have got slope of both the lines, right? Now the question says that these two lines are perpendicular. Now as the two lines are perpendicular, the product of their slope must be equal to minus 1. So m1, that is the slope of the first line, 3 by 4. m2, slope of the second line, it's minus 2 upon m is equal to minus 1. So when you open the bracket, you are getting minus 6 upon 4m is equal to minus 1. You cross multiply, minus 6 is equal to minus 4m. Minus minus will cancel out. So m is equal to 6 by 4, that is 3 by 2. So this will be the value for m. So in this one, we were asked to find the value of m. So our option should be A, 3 by 2. This is clear. Now moving on to the sixth part. Sixth part says the two triangles are similar perimeter of both the triangles are given, then length of PR is given, and they have asked us to find the length of AC. See how this can be done. First of all, we can see the two triangles given to us are similar. So according to the question, they have given that triangle ABC is similar to triangle PQR. Now, as we know that if two triangles are similar, then the ratio of their corresponding sides must be equal. So let us get the ratio. So we will get AB upon PQ is equal to BC upon QR is equal to AC upon PR. So we are getting ratio of the corresponding sides to be equal. Along with it, you also must know that the ratio of the perimeter is also equal to the ratio of the corresponding sides. So we can write perimeter of triangle ABC upon perimeter of triangle PQR. So you must remember that if two triangles are similar, ratio of their corresponding sides as well as ratio of their perimeter, they are equal. Now let us substitute the values in this one. Okay, according to the question, they have given you value of PR and they have asked you value of AC. So AC we have to find. PR length is given as 6 is equal to perimeter of triangle ABC is given 32 and perimeter of triangle PQR is 48. So see here, we got the ratio of corresponding sides and perimeter to be equal. Then we are using this portion. So in this portion we have substituted the given value. Let this be reduced by 16. So when you cross multiply, you are getting AC is equal to 2 into 6 upon 3. So when you reduce it, you are getting AC is equal to 4 centimeter. So in this one, our option will be D. Now this one, see, sec square theta minus 1 into 1 minus cosec square theta, and the result will be equal to. So let's see how we are going to solve this one. In the seventh part, they have said sec square theta minus 1 into 1 minus cosec square theta. Now in these two you can apply the identity. Sec square theta is equal, sec square theta minus 1, it can be replaced by tan square theta. So we will replace this by tan square theta. 1 minus cosec square, 1 minus cosec square will be replaced by minus cot square. So this will give you plus into minus will give you minus tan square. Now cot square can be written as 1 upon tan square. This will cancel out, so your result will be minus 1. So the option for this part, that is the seventh part, our option should be A, minus 1. Okay, now moving on to the next part. See in the next part. We have eighth subpart. Now the eighth one says a point P is reflected in the line x is equal to 4 you have to write the coordinates for P dash. Point P with the coordinates 2, 3. It is reflected in the line x is equal to 4, and you have to get coordinates of P dash. Now remember, whenever a point is reflected in a line, x is equal to 4. Now x is equal to 4 will be a straight line which will be parallel to y-axis. So here the reflection line is parallel to y-axis. So that means there will be no change in the y coordinate. So y coordinate will remain as it is. No change. Why? Because line x is equal to 4 is a straight line which is parallel to y-axis. So you are doing reflection in a line which is parallel to y-axis, so no change in y coordinate. What about the x coordinate? Sign of x coordinate will change, -2, and then you will add twice the value of x from here. So x is equal to 4, so you will add twice of it. So P dash will give you -2 plus 8. So finally P dash will be 6, 3. This will be your answer. So your option will be B part, 6, 3. Now they say find the inclination of this line. You have to find inclination of this line. Okay. So in the 9th part, equation given to us is √3y is equal to 3x minus 5√3. Now you have to find the inclination of this line. To find the inclination, first of all you need to find the slope of this line. So see how you will find the slope. So for slope, I told you first collect x and y, both the terms on one side. So let's bring all these terms on the left side, and we get 0 on the right side. Now we will get the slope. So slope can be calculated using the formula negative coefficient of x upon coefficient of y. So here coefficient of x is -3 upon coefficient of y. Coefficient of y is √3. So you are getting minus plus 3 upon √3, right? Now you can see how you can simplify this. This numerator part 3 can be written as √3 into √3. In place of 3, you can write √3 into √3. So when you reduce it, you are getting slope as √3. So you can see first of all from the equation you have got the slope. Now we will use the formula for slope, tan theta. Slope formula, m is equal to tan theta. M is √3. So you are getting tan theta is equal to √3. Now tan table gives you √3 at 60 degree, so you can write it as tan 60 degree. So theta will be equal to 60 degree. So here our inclination will be 60 degree. So inclination will be 60 degree. So our option will be C part. Now this is the matrix given to you, and they've asked you to find A square. They are giving you matrix A and they are asking you to find A square. Now to get A square means you will multiply matrix A by A. So see, matrix A is 3, 1, minus 1, 2. It will be multiplied by 3, 1, minus 1, 2. Now let's multiply this. Now the first row multiplied by first column. So I can write it this way. First row, there are two columns for it. So first row multiplied by first column, then again the first row multiplied by second column. See, it's very simple to multiply it. Now what you will have to do, see, you will select one row from here, and this row will be multiplied by these two columns, first column and then the second column. So first row will be multiplied by these two columns, see this way, and then the second row, this one is the second row. Now this second row will be multiplied by these two columns. The second row okay, now let's see. You are multiplying first row by first column. So first element with the first, second with the second, and they will be added. So 3 3s are 9, and along with 9 you are getting minus 1. So your first element will be 9 minus 1. Now in this one, 3 1s are 3. Along with 3 you are getting plus 2. This will give you minus 3 and minus 2. And this one will give you minus 1 and 2 2s are 4. So finally a square will give you 8, 5, minus 5 and 3. So this will be your result, see. So that means this 10th part. So in the 10th part your option will be D1. See, 8 5 minus 5 3. Now this one, see, find the value of k so that the equation, this is a quadratic equation given to you, has equal roots. Now the equation is having equal roots. Okay, so let's see this one. Equation given is 3x square plus kx plus 2 is equal to 0. Now first of all we will get a, b and c from here. A will be 3, b is k and c is 2. Now we will get discriminant. Now as the equation is having equal roots, so remember, whenever equation has equal roots, then the value of b square minus 4ac should be equal to 0. So we will equate b square minus 4ac with 0. So let's see, b is k, so k square minus 4 into a into c. So we are getting k square minus 24 is equal to 0. So k square is equal to 24. So k is equal to under root of 24. So that will give you k is equal to plus minus 2 root 6. So your answer, k is equal to plus minus 2 root 6. So from these options we will go for this one, plus minus 2 root 6. Now in this one they have given you an equation, minus 13 less than 3x minus 5 less than or equal to 11. X belongs to integers and you have to get the solution set. Okay, now see, in this one, question number 12, they have said minus 13 less than 3x minus 5 less than or equal to 11, where x belongs to integers, right? Now let's solve this inequality. First we are going to solve this first inequality, minus 13 less than 3x minus 5. So this will give you minus 13 plus 5 less than 3x, so minus 8. So minus 8 upon 3. So you are getting minus 2 whole number 2 by 3. Now solving the second inequality, we have 3x minus 5 less than or equal to 11. So 3x is less than or equal to 5 whole number 1 by 3. So we have got these two. Now combining these two results, you will be getting x is greater than minus 2 whole number 2 by 3. X is less than or equal to 5 whole number 1 upon 3. X is belonging to integers. Now from here we have to choose the integers. Now first of all we have to take the integer which is greater than minus 2 point, this will give you nearly 2.6, or you can say 2.7. So we have to get integer which is greater than minus 2.7. So that integer starts from minus 2, and we have to go up to less than 5.3. So less than 5.3 we get 5. So from minus 2 you will go up to 5. This will be your answer. So here the correct option will be this. This is D part. So the correct option will be the D part, this one. Now the next one is we have the 13th part. Okay. Now see the question number 13. 13th part says Kamal has a RD account in a bank for 2 years. Time is given 2 years, rate is given 6%, and if he gets rupees 1350 as interest, you have to find the monthly installment. Okay, so let's see what is given. Here time was given n as 2 years, so you will convert it into month. So we have 24 months. Rate was given as 6%. Then the question says that he is getting interest 1350, and you have to find his monthly installment. Now interest is given to you. If you go with the formula for interest, interest is equal to monthly installment, right? Then you can write it like this: n into n plus 1 into monthly installment into our rate of interest upon 2400. So we have formula for interest like this: n into n plus 1 into x into r upon 2400. Now let's substitute the values. Interest is 1350. N means number of months, it's 24. So 24 into 25 into x. X means monthly installment, which is unknown to us. Rate is 6 upon 2400. If I reduce it, 24 will reduce it 100 times, 25 will reduce it 4 times, 2 will reduce it like this. Now on cross multiplication, you are getting x is equal to 1350 50 into 2 upon 3. So when you divide it by 3, you are getting 450 into 2, that is 900. So the monthly installment will be 900. So here the correct option will be B1, 900. Now moving on to the 14th part. They have said you have been given quadratic equation whose roots are -1 and -5. These are the roots given to you and you have to select the correct quadratic equation. See, so in question number 14, roots are given. So the first root given to you is, okay, so the two roots given to us are -1 and -5. So we can write it like this. First root x is equal to -1. The second root x is equal to -5. So from here we can get the two factors. So the first one will be, see, x is equal to -1, so this will give you x plus 1 is equal to 0. That's the first factor. The second one will be x plus 5 is equal to 0. Now if you multiply these two factors, x plus 1 into x plus 5, so their product will be, as both are equal to 0, so their product will be equal to 0. So if you open the bracket, you are getting x square plus 5x plus x plus 5 is equal to 0. So x square plus 6x plus 5 is equal to 0. So this will be the quadratic equation. So here our option will be A part, that is x square plus 6x plus 5 is equal to 0. Now in 15th one, order of matrix A is 2 cross 3 and the order of matrix B is 3 cross 1, and you have to write the order of AB. See? Now they are saying you are being given A into B is equal to the product AB. Now for matrix A, they have said that the order of matrix A given to you is 2 cross 3 into order of matrix B is given 3 cross 1, and you have to write order of this product AB, row cross column. Now under these conditions, remember, and on the left side both the matrix with their order are known to you, then remember that row of the product will be equated with the row of first matrix. See, column of the product will be equated with the column of the second one. This is clear to you? Under these conditions, when on the left side both the matrices order are known to you, then row of the product will be equated with the row of the first one, column of the product will be equated with the column of second one. So here we are getting R is equal to 2 and C is equal to 1. So you can write order of product is 2 cross 1. 2 cross 1. So under this, your answer will be A part, 2 cross 1. So this is clear to you? So these were questions on MCQ. Now moving on to question number 2. So we have answer to first part. So in the first part, they have asked you to have to prove 1 plus cos upon 1 minus cos is equal to this. This you have to prove. So let's start with the left hand side. It's 1 plus cos upon 1 minus cos. Now let's see what you will do on the left side. On the left side, first of all, you will multiply. Your denominator is 1 minus cos A, so it's conjugate 1 plus cos A. We will multiply numerator and denominator both by conjugate of the denominator. So this will give you in the numerator place 1 plus cos into 1 plus cos, that is whole square. In the denominator place 1 minus cos into 1 plus cos will give you 1 square minus cos square. Right? So this will give you in the numerator place 1 plus cos A whole square. In the denominator place 1 minus cos square will become sin square. Now taking square common in the numerator place and the denominator place, it's 1 plus cos upon sin A. So you will break it partially, so you will get 1 upon sin plus cos upon sin. This 1 upon sin will become cosec. Cos upon sin will become cot, and you will get whole square. So this was required on the right hand side. You can see cosec A plus cot A whole square. So that is equal to right hand side. This is clear to you? Now moving on to the next part, that is B. In the B part, they have given you an equation. This is the inequation given to you, and the question says you have to solve this inequation, then write the solution set, and finally you have to represent the solution set on the number line. Okay, this is the inequation. So first of all, we have to solve this equation. So let's solve it. Solving the first inequality, 4x minus 19 less than 3x upon 5 minus 2. So this will give you 4x minus 19 less than, so here LCM will be 5, so 3x minus 10. Cross multiply with 5, you will get 20x minus 95 less than 3x minus 10. So 20x minus 3x on this side, this will become plus 95 minus 10. So 17x is less than 85. So you are getting x is less than 85 upon 17. So x is less than 5. So on solving the first inequality, we have got x is less than 5. Now let's solve for the second inequality. This is the second one. So it is 3x upon 5. So your LCM will be 5, so you will get 3x minus 10 this will cancel out. So 3x minus 10 is less than 4x. So minus 10, this will give you, so you are getting x is greater than minus 10. So you have got the two inequalities. One says x is less, other says x is greater. So when you combine these two, it's like this: x greater than -10 but less than +5, and x belongs to real numbers. So this will be your solution set. See, so first we have to solve the inequality, and then you have to get the solution set. After getting the solution set, now you have to plot it on the number line. So let's draw a number line. So the least number is -10, so you will take preceding of it, it will be -11, -10, now on this number line you have to take from -10. Now as there is no inequality, so -10 is to be excluded. Then for 5, again for 5 there is no equality, so it is to be excluded, and now all the numbers lying in between will be included. So this will be the real number line for the given solution. This is clear to you? Now moving on to the C part of it. Let's see what they have said in the C part. In the C part they say find the ratio in which y-axis divides the line segment joining the points. So these are the 2 points which are being joined, and the line segment joining these 2 points is divided by y-axis. Okay, so if you draw a rough sketch of it, it will be like this: a line segment joining the 2 points. So we have line segment. First point you can name it as A. Coordinates are 5, -6. Second one is B, -1, -4. So we have drawn a line segment which is joining the 2 points. Now the question says that this line segment is intersected by y-axis. So let us consider the point P where y-axis intersects this line segment. Now as the line is being intersected by y-axis, so this point P must be lying on the y-axis. So coordinates of this point P will be 0, y. See, this line segment is intersected by y-axis. So that means this point P lies on y-axis, and any point that lies on y-axis must have x coordinate as 0. Now we have to find the ratio in which it is dividing this line segment. So let the ratio be k:1. Okay, what we will do, we will name the first point coordinates x1, y1, the second one x2, y2, point of intersection as xy, and the ratio m1 is to m2. Now we have to get the ratio. Now as you can see here, x coordinate is known in all the 3 points. See, x coordinate is known here, also x coordinate is known here, also x coordinate is known. So as x coordinate is known in all the 3 points, so you can apply the formula for x coordinate. So let's write the formula for x coordinate. So applying this formula here, x coordinate of point P, so x coordinate of point P is 0, m1 into x2, m1 is k, into x2 is -1, m2 x1, m2 is 1 and x1 is 5 upon m1 plus m2, that is k plus 1, right? Now if you do the cross multiplication, k plus 1 multiplied with 0 will give you 0. On the right side it's minus k plus 5. So you are getting value of k as 5, or you can also write it value of k as 5 upon 1. So whatever will be the value of k, that will give you the ratio m1 is to m2. So here you can say ratio m1 is to m2 is equal to 5 is to 1. So this will be the ratio. Now you have to get point of intersection. That means you must know both the coordinates. One of the coordinate is known as 0. Now we need to calculate the other one. So using the y coordinate formula, m1 y2 plus m2 y1 upon m1 plus m2. Now y coordinate you have to get. Now it's m1 into y2. Now see, m1 and m2, this you have got as 5 is to 1, right? So let's apply this formula. m1 is 5 into y2, it's minus 4. So 5 into minus 4. m2 is 1 into y1 is minus 6 upon m1 plus m2, so 5 plus 1. It's minus 20 minus 6 upon 6, that will give you minus 26 upon 6. On reducing it, it's minus 13 upon 3. So that is the y coordinate for point P. So therefore point P is, see, point P was considered as 0 comma y, so it will be 0 comma minus 13 upon 3. See, finally you have to write point P in the coordinate form. Okay, now moving on to the D part. D part says matrix A and B is given to you and you have to find A square minus 2AB. Okay. So in the D part we have to find A square minus 2AB. So first of all we are going to write A square means matrix A multiplied by matrix A. So matrix A is 3 0 5 1 multiplied by 3 0 5 1 minus twice A into B. A is 3 0 5 1 multiplied by B. B is minus 4 2 1 0. Okay, now we will find A into A. Now see, first row into first column, so that will give you 3 3s are 9 plus, see, I can write it like this for you just to make it simpler. This is your first row. Now your first row will be multiplied by both the columns, so you can write it like this. See, 3 0 multiplied by first column 3 5, then again the first row 3 0 multiplied by the second column 0 1, so like this. So if you mark it like this, it will be easy for you to understand. First row multiplied by these two columns. Now the second row as you can see is 5 1. So now the second row 5 1 will be multiplied by these two columns, so we can write it like this: 5 1 multiplied by 3 5 5 1 multiplied by the second column 0 1. So this will give you multiplication A square minus 2 times minus 2 times. This will give you a square minus 2 times. Now a into b. Now see how you will do a into b. This is your first row, and for this first row you have 2 columns, 1, 2. So you will multiply this first row by these 2 columns one by one. See, like this. First row multiplied by minus 4, 1. Then first row multiplied by 2, 0. Now after multiplying the first row, you will multiply the second row. So it's 5, 1 multiplied by minus 4, 1. 5, 1 multiplied by 2, 0. Okay, let's see what will be the result here. Now 3 into 3, that is 9, and along with it you will get 0 into 5 is 0. So the first element will be 9 plus 0. Now the second element, 3 into 0 will give you 0. 1 into 0 will give you 0. So the second element will be 0 plus 0. Here 5 into 3, 15. And this will be 5 into 1, 5. So 15 plus 5. Now this one, 5 into 0 is 0. 1 into 1 is 1. Minus 2 times. Now here, this will give you 3 into minus 4, minus 12, and along with it 0. This will give you 3 to the 6, and along with it 0. This will give you minus 20, and along with it 9. Sorry, along with it 1. 5 4s at minus 20, 1 into 1, 1. This one will give you 10, and along with it 0. Okay, so what we will get over here is 9, 0, 20, and 1. This is your a square minus. Now in this one you will get minus 12 and then multiplied by 2, minus 24. This one will give you 6 and then multiplied by 2, 12. This one will give you minus 19 and then multiplied by 2, minus 38. This one will give you 10 and then multiplied by 2, 20. And now finally we have to subtract this one. So from 9 you will subtract, this will become plus 24. So 9 plus 24, that will give you 33. This is 0. Now when you subtract minus 12, this will become minus 12. So 0 minus 12 will give you minus 12. 20, this will give you minus minus plus 38. So 20 plus 38, 58. And then 1 minus 20. So 1 minus 20 will give you minus 19. So this will be your final answer. See, this is clear to you now. So now moving on to question number . So we have completed question number 2. Now moving on to question number 3. So question number 3, A part is saying find value of A for which the following points. Now these are the 3 points given to you, and the question says that these 3 points are collinear. These 3 points are collinear. We have to find first of all value of A, and hence you have to find the equation. See, answer 3. They have given us 3 points, so let's mark these 3 points. A, that is A comma 3, B 2 comma 1, and C 5 comma A. So according to the question, these 3 points are collinear. Now if these 3 points are collinear, so you can say slope of AB must be equal to slope of BC, because these 3 points are collinear. So you can say that these 3 points are lying on a straight line. So first of all, we can say slope of AB. So MAB means we are finding slope of AB. So y2 minus y1 upon x2 minus x1. So considering these 2 points as x1 y1 and x2 y2, so it's 1 minus 3 upon 2 minus a. So you are getting minus 2 upon 2 minus a. That is slope of the first 2 points AB. Now you can get slope of BC. Again we have 2 points, so applying the same formula. So it will be a minus 1 upon 5 minus 2. So a minus 1 upon 3. So we have got slope with the help of point AB. Then we have got slope with the help of point BC. Now as A, B, C are collinear, they are on a straight line. So these two slopes must be equal. So we are equating these two. So minus 2 upon 2 minus a is equated with a minus 1 upon 3. So if you cross multiply, it's minus 6 is equal to a minus 1 into 2 minus a. So this will give you 2a minus a square minus 2 plus a. So this will give you a square. This will become 3a and minus 3a and minus 4. So finally you will get a quadratic equation. Now when you factorize this one, you will split the middle term, so it will be plus a minus 4a a plus 1. This will give you minus 4 common, so a plus 1. So you are getting these two factors. So a is equal to minus 1. Equating this one will give you a. So here we can get this equation. Similarly, the second value for a was 4. So when we are substituting value for a as 4, we are getting slope as 1. Again the same point 2 comma 1, and this time the slope as 1. So you can get the second equation. Hope this is clear to you now. Okay, now moving on to the next part of this question, and the next part is B part. Okay. Now the B part of the question is a street light bulb is fixed on a pole which is 6 meters above the level of the street. So they have given you a pole whose height is 6 meters. A woman of height 1.5 meter, she is casting a shadow of 3 meters. And now we have to find how far is she from the base of the pole. So in the diagram we have to show a pole which is 6 meters in height and a woman which is 1.5 meters in height, and the woman is casting a shadow of 3 meters. So let's see how will we draw the diagram for this. So diagram will be like this. See, first of all you will consider a pole. Let AB be considered as pole which is 6 meters in height. Okay, in front of the pole there is a woman whose height is given to you, and the height of the woman is given as 1.5. This is the height of the woman. Let this be as CD. Now this woman is casting a shadow. So the shadow of the woman will be on this side, because from here the light will be focused on the woman and her shadow will be on this side. So let this be the length of the shadow. And now they are saying how far is the woman from the pole. This is the position of woman, this is the position of pole, and they are asking you how far. Let this be distance x. You have to find this. Now this is the shadow of the woman, which is 3 meter. Okay, now let's this is the light ray coming from here, this. So let this be E. So this is the shadow of the woman, which is 3 meter. This is shadow, which is 3 meter. This is the height of the woman given, and this is the height of pole. This is pole given, and this is height of woman given. And they are asking you how far is the woman. Now if you consider this pole will be vertical, so this angle will be of 90. Woman standing on the ground, so again angle of 90 degree. Now you can see in this figure we have got two right triangles, right? We have two right triangles. One is CED and the other one is AEB. So what we can do, we can prove similarity of these two triangles. See which triangle? Triangle CED and triangle AEB. Now let's see how we can show the similarity. First of all, you can see that this angle E is the common angle. So you can write angle CED is equal to angle AEB. That is common angle. Then there are angle of 90 degree each. So angle CDE is equal to angle ABE is equal to 90 degree. So we have shown two angles equal. So we can say the two triangles are similar. To triangle EDC is similar to triangle EBA. So we have shown the two triangles to be similar. Now as the triangles are similar, so the ratio of their corresponding sides will be equal. So let's get the ratio. ED upon EB. Next we have DC upon AB, and last one is EC upon EA. So first we have shown the two triangles to be similar. After showing the two triangles similar, we have taken the ratio of the corresponding sides to be equal. Now in this ratio, let us substitute the values known to us. So we will consider this portion. See, we will consider this ratio. Okay, now considering this ratio, let us substitute the values in this one. Now ED, as you can see in the figure, is the length of shadow, 3 meter. Upon EB, EB will be 3 plus x. Remember, this x is the distance between the woman and the pole, and we are going to find this distance. DC is given height of the woman, 1.5. Upon AB is 6. So when you simplify this one, this side, this will give you 1 upon 4. Cross multiply, 4 3s are 12. Here you cross multiply, so x plus 3. So you will be getting value for x as 9. So the distance of the woman from the pole was considered as x, that is 9 meter. Okay, now moving on to the next part, that is the C part of this question. Now see, in the C part they say Shilpa has a 4-year recurring deposit account. Okay, so see, time given to you is 4 year, and remember time is always taken as in month. So 4 year will make it 48 months. So value for n will be 48. And she deposits rupees 800 per month. So monthly deposit we are representing by x. It is 800 per month. if she gets rupees 48200 at the time of maturity. So maturity value is given to you 48200. You have to find the rate of interest, that is R. You have to find the total interest, that is I. So see, this information is known to us in the question. So let's use this information. As you can see, maturity value is given to us, so we will use the basic formula for the maturity value, nx plus I. Maturity value given to us is 48200. N means number of months, it's 48. X means monthly deposit, that is 800 plus interest. So 48200. This will give you 8 4s are 32. So we will be getting interest as 9800. So we have got the second part here, the total interest earned. So the total interest earned is 9800. Now we will use the formula for interest. Interest is equal to n plus 1 into x into r upon 2400. Interest is 9800. N is 48 into 49. Okay, x you have to find. R, that is the rate of, sorry, x is given 800. R we have to find upon 2400. Okay, let's simplify this. First of all, 800 will reduce this 3 times. 3 will reduce 48 16 times. So R is equal to 9800 upon 16 into 49. 49 will reduce this 200 times. Then 8 will reduce it 2 times. 8 will reduce this 25 times. So R is equal to 25 upon 2. That is 12.5%. This is how we can calculate the rate of interest. Okay, now moving on to the last part of question number 3. That is the D part. Now see the D part. This is based on a reflection chapter. They say, now there is a small change in it, make it 1 centimeter is equal to 1 unit. Now they say plot the point A and B. First of all, we have to plot the point A and B. So for this, you will consider the graph. Okay, now see, the question says first of all you have to plot the point A 4,6 and B 1,2. Okay, so we are taking these coordinate plane. These are the two x's, x and y. First of all you have to plot the point A, which is 4,6. So value for x is 4, value for y is 6. So you will be getting this as point A. This is your point A. So wherever you plot the point, you will have to mark the point with the coordinates 4, 6. Then they have asked you to plot the point B also. B is 1, 2. So B is 1, 2. So this is point B, and the coordinates you will have to mention. Remember this, wherever you are plotting the point, mark the point with the name and the coordinates. Now in the first part, it was said to plot the points. So you have plotted the points. Now they say A dash is the image of A when reflected in the line y is equal to 0. Now consider this line y is equal to 0. Now y is equal to 0 means x-axis. because y is equal to 0 is the equation of x-axis. So that means point A is to be reflected in the line y is equal to 0. So we can do it here only. Point A coordinates are 4, 6, and they are saying point A is to be reflected in the line, and this point A is to be reflected in the line reflection is in the line x-axis, right? Reflection is in x-axis. So you can write the coordinates. Now as you are reflecting the point in x-axis, so sign of y coordinate will change. So it will be 4, -6. So in the second part, they have asked you to reflect the point A in the line y is equal to 0 means x-axis, and you have to write the coordinates of A dash that we have done. Now B dash is the image of B when reflected in the line A dash. Now what you have to do, you have to reflect point B. See, B is 1, 2, and we have to reflect point B in the line A dash, and then we have to get its image. Now point B 1, 2 we have already plotted on the graph. Now this point B is to be reflected in the line A dash. So how to get the line A dash? For this you will plot point A, which you have already plotted, then you will plot A dash, and you will join A and A dash, and you will get the reflection line named as A dash. Okay, so A we have already plotted, see. Now we need to plot A dash. A we have already plotted. Now A dash is 4, -6. So you will be getting A dash as 4 -6. So you will move in the downward direction, and this will be A dash. Coordinates 4, -6. Now if I join A and A dash, I am getting the reflection line A dash. If I join it, I am getting the reflection line A dash. Now this point B is to be reflected in this line. Now how the reflection to be done? Now you see how far is this point B from the reflection line. So this is the reflection line. So if you count, it is 1, 2, 3. See, 1, 2, 3. So this point B is 3 units to the left side of the mirror line. So from here you will go 3 units on the right side to get the image of B. See, B is on the left side of the mirror line. So you will go 3 units on the right side. Along this line only, you go 3 units. 1, 2, 3. And this will give you image of B as B dash. Now, B dash coordinates, if we go towards the x-axis, it is 7. And if I go towards the y-axis, see, it is 2. So coordinates of B dash is 7, 2. So this was your third part, right? B dash is the image of B when reflected in the line A dash. You have to write the coordinates of B dash that we have written. And finally, we have to give the name for the geometrical figure A dash B dash. So let us join these points and see what type of geometrical figure we are getting. A dash B dash. So if I am joining, see, A to B, B to A dash, A dash to B dash, and finally B dash to A dash, A dash B dash to A. So if you consider this figure, you are getting the figure as kite. So in the fourth part, they have asked you to name the figure. So the figure is kite. This is clear. So this brings up to the end of section A.